coming to you live. Well, it'll be a replay. On location, that's better. From the IFPA Global Produce and Floral Show. Show floor day 2. I made it all the way through the floor on day 1. Collected a few more flair for my collection. It's kind of getting a little out of hand.
How much do you think it weighs?
it's like Mardi Gras beads at this point. Right?
It's like the turnover chain over college football.
Right, yeah. But it's a vibrant and fun way for a lot of these brands to connect. So I see a lot of it. So the first day I spent experiencing everything I could experience on the show floor. I walked every booth and tried all the things and tried all the snacks. And I feel like that's a really fun way to get things going. You stuck to what I call widgets and gizmos, more like service providers, packaging. What kinds of trends did you see?
I think we've been hearing about more sustainable packaging for a long time, and this is the first show that it really hit me that there are very viable business options, basically taking on every way of traditional packaging with more sustainable ways, like companies taking on wax cardboard with corrugated plastic. People, they're taking on plastic clamshells, and with a lot of different options. I mean, I saw some really cool stuff where it's a film-lined, recyclable cardboard container that you can put fresh-cut produce in with a top seal. Okay. And some of them comes with proprietary equipment. Some of them can be fitted to the specs of someone's existing packing line. So it's not an expensive investment like it used to be. Now, of course, no one will talk about prices, but ultimately,
it's going to cost more.
It still costs more, but at the point that it becomes very competitive with the existing packaging that's out there, now it becomes a real thing. And consumers say they want more sustainable packaging, but they will not pay for it. And they say that because it makes them feel good. But we're getting so much closer to the business case where companies will just do it. Like, for instance, I saw paper bags for companies that ship, like, say, potatoes, onions. It's not really justifiable yet for a lot of packaging, but for an organic label, yes, they're out there.
Yeah.
And I've seen that both at the grower shippers booth and at the manufacturer's booth.
On your packaging note, one of the coolest things I saw on my initial walkthrough was a purple sweet potato. And it has, and purple sweet potatoes aren't new, this is a Hawaiian grown one, but it's brown on the outside and kind of not like super pretty, right? So they have this bright, vibrant, beautiful packaging and labels and brands, but their idea of trying to, a lot of the clamshell solutions are just not there yet. So their idea was to have a naked clamshell, basically, with no stickers or anything on it, and they've trademarked this actually. And then the packaging's on the inside of the clamshell, and it's fiber-based, it's recyclable, and that way it makes the clamshell is immediately recyclable without that sticker problem, because the sticker is the problem on recycling clamshells. So that was really neat. I saw veggie confetti. I saw purple Brussels sprouts. I saw a lot of new and exciting things that I tried, a lot of new recipes. But one of the key things that I saw was blending things together for attributes. So the herb companies are not just having like the Thanksgiving blends. The poultry blend is something that's been around for a long time, but we're seeing like a functional blend where it was like a wellness blend that's got a knob of ginger in it. Soli had that at their booth.
So they're doing it to make it easier for consumers.
They're doing it to make it easier for consumers, and also to clue in consumers on, they don't have to like go out and do all this research and buy 3 different herbs and the ginger. We're going to put it all together, and give you the idea right here and the execution as well. So you don't have to buy 3 packages, you can just buy 1. I'm sure there's a markup involved. But
people are willing to pay for value added that makes sense. We have seen that.
yeah, some of the other stuff I'm seeing is finding packaging and doing packaging in a way that justifies its presence, right? Like you were saying, where it was like, oh, instead of a cup, we're going to put it in a sleeve, and instead of this, we're going to do that, and I think that's a key trend we're going to see a lot more often. I'm seeing less microwavable stuff, although there are a few really cool things out there. What was it? There's a individually wrapped microwavable potato, but it has like some flavors to go with it, so I like that one. And then to your point, there is a potato out there, and I haven't bought it at the store already, but I shop at a store that does a lot of test marketing. A microwavable potato pack that is just potatoes, but it's in a brown paper bag, but it's microwavable. Those things are amazing. I've done that.
So that's recyclable then?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's recyclable. It's probably got plastic on the inside of it. But
see, one of the ones, they're just right down there. They have a plastic film inside the cardboard. The paper,
yeah.
and then you just pull it out.
Oh.
So that part goes in the trash.
Yeah.
But the rest of the container is now recyclable.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the food residue, which makes it not recyclable. Like pizza boxes are not recyclable because they got cheese and crap.
Yeah.
So their pitch is it's 90% less plastic. There's still a little bit of plastic.
Yeah.
But I mean that's a big progress step.
Yeah, definitely. And then also just on the note of making consumers' lives easier, that potato that you squish them in the potatoes that you can squish after you microwave them. I just said there's not very many microwaves, and I'm thinking of all of them now. And it's so hard. Like anybody else reach day 2, and your brain is just soup.
I think everyone out here today has a certain level of that. Yes, your brain is soup, your lower back, and either your knees or feet.
Because this show floor is huge, and I'm gonna lay it out there. It's kind of challenging to navigate. Anyone who made it from one end of the wishbone to the other knows that if you had a meeting on the other side, yeah, good luck. Good luck. Get on the tram. Actually, following the tram.
No, those are as slow as the buses that go from the hotels. It's faster to walk.
You know what? It's a really good idea though, and I did this yesterday. Was to walk behind the tram because they part the sea of people.
True.
So if you're just like, if your head is on a swivel and you're looking back and forth at the booths, walk behind the tram so you can see stuff.
I'm a fast walker, so that doesn't work for me.
So we'll be looking forward to a wrap up of the new products on the produce side. From me coming up in our post-show expo newsletter. And then you're going to talk about some of the innovations that you saw on the technical side of things. So
and also, I'm not going to get too much into this, but there's a lot of talk here about FSMA 204, which everyone has all of 2025 to figure out what it's going to be, but it goes into implementation in the beginning of 2026. And FDA is not relenting on it coming. So it's I feel like the industry, people who haven't addressed it yet are like, we'll see what happens. We're running out of time to see what happens. And the good thing is there are a lot of solution providers here, and it's potentially not as expensive or burdensome as people think it might be.
Hopefully, yeah. There's some good, and of course, the talk of it and the implementation of it is going to be ramping up as we go forward. And we've had some really good discussions with folks about some of the challenges and some of the didn't they think of this when they were making these rules. So we'll be covering that in the future, of course. All right. Well, I still got some walking to do. Likewise. Check out the Produce Reporter at producebluebook.com to get all of your information and sign up for our newsletter.